Before we begin this heartwarming story, make sure to subscribe to our channel, Feeling Stories, for more emotional and inspiring stories that touch your heart. Now let's begin. The winter wind howled through the busy city streets as Emma clutched her mother's hand tightly. The 7-year-old girl, bundled in her pink coat and woolen hat, skipped along the sidewalk, excited for their usual Saturday visit to the bakery. The aroma of freshly baked bread and warm pastries filled the air as they entered. As Emma stood on her tiptoes, pointing at her favorite sandwich, a turkey and cheese delight, her eyes drifted to the large glass window. Across the street, on a cold, worn-out bench, sat an old man. His clothes were tattered, his face sunken, and his hands trembled as he pulled his thin jacket closer around him. He had a long, scruffy beard and sad eyes that stared at the people passing by, hoping someone would notice him. Emma tugged at her mother's sleeve. "Mom, who is that man?" Her mother glanced over and sighed. "He's homeless, sweetheart. Some people don't have a warm house or food to eat." Emma's brows furrowed. "That's so sad. Does he ever eat?" Her mother hesitated before answering. "I don't know, honey. Sometimes kind people help." Emma looked down at the sandwich the baker had just handed her, wrapped neatly in a paper bag. She was hungry, but a feeling tugged at her heart. A feeling she didn't quite understand yet, but one that told her she had something he needed more than she did. She turned to her mother with determined eyes. "Mom, can I give him my sandwich?" Her mother smiled softly. "If that's what you want to do, sweetheart, then go ahead." Emma clutched the sandwich tightly and stepped outside, feeling the icy breeze nip at her cheeks. Slowly, she walked across the street toward the old man. Her small boots crunched against the pavement as she stopped in front of him. The man looked up, his tired eyes widening slightly at the sight of the little girl standing before him. Emma hesitated for a moment, then held out the sandwich with both hands. "Here," she said, her voice gentle but firm. "You can have this." The man stared at the sandwich, then at Emma. His lips trembled as if he wanted to say something, but couldn't find the words. Slowly, he reached out with shaky hands and took the sandwich from her. You don't have to, little one," he said, his voice hoarse and filled with disbelief. Emma smiled. "I want to. Everyone should have food." The man swallowed hard, blinking back tears. He unwrapped the sandwich carefully, as if it were the most precious gift in the world. Taking a small bite, he closed his eyes, savoring the warmth of the food and the kindness behind it. Emma's mother had been watching from a distance, her heart swelling with pride. As Emma turned to walk back, the man called out, his voice thick with emotion. "Thank you, little girl. You have a very kind heart." Emma beamed. "You're welcome," she said before skipping back to her mother, her heart feeling lighter than ever. As they walked away, Emma looked up at her mum. "Did you see? He was happy." Her mother nodded, squeezing her hand. "Yes, sweetheart. Sometimes the smallest acts of kindness make the biggest difference." That night, as Emma lay in bed, she thought about the man's smile and how his eyes had softened with gratitude. She realized something important. Kindness wasn't just about words. It was about actions, about noticing people who needed help and doing something about it. And in that moment, Emma knew that one small sandwich had made the world just a little bit warmer. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Feeling Stories for more heartwarming tales. See you in the next story.